Racing in Hong Kong heads to Sha Tin this Saturday for the Panasonic Cup. I should have mentioned at the start of the show, jockeys not riding. Blake Shin and Ruamar out through suspension, and Tony Picone, his injury flared up again, his ankle, but he's decided to call time on his Hong Kong career as well, so he'll be heading back to Europe. We do have a new jockey who's just arrived in town, currently quarantining, and that's Lyle Hewitson. You'll see him in action 2 weeks on Sunday. Will be his first meeting back. We'll keep moving forward though as we head to the second last race on Saturday, race set number 9, Class 3 here over the 1200 metres. The field is headed by the unbeaten Packing Victory. 3 from 3 so far. Danny Sherman, Zach Purton gets the inside gate as well. The Golden Scenery run up behind Master 8, who's also unbeaten at this point. Last time out, Excellent Daddy, a last start winner. Rock Your Heart behind Packing Victory has won since. War Weapon first up for the season. Ian steps up from the 1000 to the 1200 metres. Birdsville makes his Hong Kong debut, a winner out of Australia. Armour Eagle does as well. He won 2 races at Doomben before transferring here to Hong Kong. Science Patch, the blinkers on for the first time, and Gallant Express, who was 4th behind Master 8 last time himself. Right, we start as always with the speed map here, Mark, and the favourite's drawn low. That's surely got to be an advantage for him.
He does like to race forward, doesn't he? Barrier number 1 for him, Andrew. He goes up in some weight to 132 pounds, so 7 more than his last start win. Indigenous Realms move stables. Paul has gone from Ricky Yu to Manfred Mann. He's outside him. Hurry, Hurry Gain goes forward. Rock Your Heart quite handy as well, but the favourite should have the speed to lead. Yeah,
he looks like he can lead on the inside if he wants. So if something takes him on, he can trail easy enough. Hurry, Hurry Gain's had one start second up and won it, so he should get a nice run just in behind. War Weapon trialled well recently, he won't be far away, and Excellent Daddy, who's the last start winner, will be good. The ones that are going to need a bit of luck are Armour Eagle and Science Patch. Armour Eagle's had 2 trials to get him ready for this, and he'll be on debut here in Hong Kong.
Science Patch has the blinkers on too with written permission. He did wear them in New Zealand prior to arriving. And the other one there, Excellent Daddy, has lit up in some trials on the all-weather, but with the favourite drawn 1, he may not contest the lead this week.
All right, and the other debutant, Birdsville, looks like he gets a good run. We'll hear from Keith Young very shortly. We'll start off, though, with our likely favourite, which is Packing Victory, and his jockey, Zach Purton.
Zach, Packing Victory, you're lining up. He's 3 from 3 so far. How did you rate his last start performance? He looked like he needed a little bit of stoking in those early stages.
Yeah, he did. You know, he's just starting to lose a little bit of his early speed. Not that he's had natural speed at any stage. I've always had to ask him to take that position, but he's just starting to lose a little bit more of that speed. So, you know, the runners on the outside were trying to come across quite quickly, and I had to maintain my spot. So he worked early in the race, and then he sort of worked partway around the corner to take that spot outside the lead, and continued to gallop in the straight. So I thought it was a very good effort, but you know, we come here with a heavier weight on our back now. That's not ideal, and some strong competition. So he's going to need to be at his best again.
Was he almost ready to sort of bottom out at the end of that race last start, first up?
He had a tough run, so he's entitled to be tied on the line, and he had a couple of nice horses chasing him, so there was plenty of merit in the performance.
How was his trial last week behind Golden 60 in his work on Wednesday morning?
Yeah, I thought his trial was nice. He just continues to tick over. He always trials well, and he always works well, so you know, I'm looking forward to going back to the races, and let's just hope that he can keep going.
Running 1200 again, being by a reliable man, who of course was a Prix de Jockey Club winner out of a Lonhro mare. Is he going to get a little further with potentially one eye to the 4-year-old series? You'd
like to think so. The reliable man, not horses here in Hong Kong, have all sort of been sort of 1600 metre plus horses, and he's always given the impression that that's going to be where he ends up. So, you know, I've no doubt as time goes on we can head down that path, but you know, we're at 1200 this week, and you know, we'll worry about winning this race first.
Yeah, well, he comes here with every opportunity, despite that big weight. And the form of that race has worked out particularly well, Mark. We've got Master Delight, I'm a Single Man, and Rock Your Heart as well came out of that race as well. Come on.
Just got them here, just double checking too, and Diamond Brilliant as well.
Diamond Brilliant.
Yeah. So nothing but winners from that race, Paul, and it's produced time and time again, and he looks a very exciting horse.
He does. He's got to carry the weight, but he's quite a big horse, so I don't think the weight's going to worry him too much. And Barrier 1 looks ideal.
Yeah, I do worry about the 1,200 metres again, though, whether he's actually looking for a little bit further now. But let's have a look at a couple of his rivals, who he's taking on here, Paul. We'll start off with the Golden Scenery. Here he is as they swing into the straight. He eventually runs in second place. The other horse is Gallant Express out wide, and Science Patch down here towards the inside. Eventually they run fourth and fifth respectively.
Yeah, so Gallant Express, he got really well back, and you can see him loop the field and come down the outside. It was a really good run from him, but he has drawn wide once again. So we'll just see where he ends up. Now, the Golden Scenery, look, he's been very consistent since he's been here. He's had the 5 starts. This second behind Master 8. I mean, Master 8 was in a different league, but he hit the line really nicely, didn't he?
He did indeed. He's raced good horses pretty much right throughout his career since he's been in Hong Kong. Master 8, Drops of God, My Sugar, Master 8 again. So he's mixed it with some good ones, but he might have just bumped into another quite good one.
Absolutely. But excellent daddy, Mark. He's still quite lightly raced himself, as he had 4 starts. This was his first win, but not a big margin, but I wonder if there's still a bit more to come.
He was well back this day, and no surprise either, Andrew, that he was going to win one at short notice in Hong Kong. His trials had been very good. 1,200 metres, he had a spin around the all-weather, came back to the turf. The handicap has been quite kind to him, Paul, with the narrow margin win too, only up £4. He looks a nice horse in the making, this guy.
Yeah, no, he does, and like a nice big flashy chestnut. He hit the line really well, and it was a good run from him, and he held on there. So, yeah, there's more to come, I think.
All right, so we saw there when Tom was talking to Zach, Rock Your Heart in that replay. Well, he came out on his next start and actually won, so good performance. Form looks really strong around him, Paul. So, again, he's still potentially more to come. Yeah,
there's a lot of depth in this race, isn't it? And he's another one that definitely has his chance as well, Rock Your Heart. Like, he's had the 5 starts here in Hong Kong, had a couple last season, but this season started off with a close-up second, then this 5th, and then this win. So he's going in the right direction for sure.
Beat California Spangle this day, and we know he's a horse with plenty of potential as well, but he did have the perfect run from barrier number 1. Drawn 6 this week, so unlikely to get in behind the leader.
All right, at the trials here to have a look at War Weapon, Mark, because he's first up for the season. Casper Founds and Joe Moreira barrier 2. Good
draw for him, and we haven't seen him since July. He's had a couple of trials, chased up here at the top of the straight. He's beaten Polymer Glorious and also run second behind Handsome Bobo in the 2 trials. He's a couple of runs first time in, Paul, were good. Didn't really figure at Happy Valley, might have just come to the end of it last time. Very strong field to resume in, though.
Yeah, he's picked a tough one to start. Look, it was a nice enough trial, as you said. His best run was a second behind Dublin Star last season. But, yeah, I'm just going to watch him this because I think he's picked a real tough race to start this.
OK, all right. That's War Weapon. 2 first starters in the field, though. We'll concentrate on Birdsville. He'll be ridden by Keith Young.
Keith, Birdsville lining up in race 9 for David Hayes, a PP who had some 2-year-old form in Australia. A couple of trials you've been on board for. Have you rated his trials?
The trial you had in Hong Kong was really good. The first one was okay and down the straight, but the second one was really impressive because when you work him in the morning, he was a pretty laid back type, was really relaxed. So the way he trialed really surprised me.
Meets a strong Class 3 field for his debut outing here, but from what he's shown you in those trials, what sort of run are you expecting on Saturday from him?
Yes, I think the top 3 horse, their form horse, I think they'll be hard to beat. But with the trial feeling he gave me, it looks like, and also the help of the gate, it looks like he can be also competitive in the race.
Nice recruit from the Peter Moody stable in Australia. That's Birdsville. What do we like, Paul? Packing Victory favourite?
Yeah, I've got him on top, Packing Victory. I think he can carry the weight. So he's on top from Birdsville. I think he's a good debut coming in here. The Golden Scenery and Gallant Express. 1, 8, 2 and 12 for me.
Hard to go past the 1. Winning form is good form, so Packing Victory goes on top. Excellent Daddy was really good last time. He's improved. The Golden Scenery will be running on, and Birdsville's looked strong at the trials and did win prior to arriving. 1, 3, 2 and 8.
Thank you for me as well, the 1 and the 3.